Greetings, Lucky Legends! Welcome to the dojo. My name is Lucky, this is Lucky Lad TV. I'm your host for this video, and it is time for another Lucky Analytics team building. This one's about core strength, because I came up with this 2-part, 3-part, 2.5-part core the other day, and I wanted to record it and record some battles with it before I left. So tomorrow you're gonna see the battles, today you're gonna see the team building, obviously. Actually no, it'll probably be the other way around. You'll probably see the battles because the battles will have gone up first, because one of the things that you'll have seen with those battles is that the team changes a little bit and my playstyle changes a little bit with each time, and basically that's how I test teams. You know, it's trial and error. You have to see what you're missing, what you need, and stuff like that. So I'm going to go over how the team has turned out. This is the final form of the team until, you know, further notice, future notice, whatever. We have Accordion, our Black Sludge Battle Armor Drapion with max HP and max defense and impish nature. Really nice natural bulk. It's only weak to ground, and the 4 EVs in speed are Drapion's pretty fast naturally. It's got good base stats across the board. The reason I'm running it this way is for that taunt. As you saw, I outspeed a lot of things with Drapion, and I can get off that taunt, which often comes in handy. And Poison Jab, Knock Off, Taunt, and Protect. Protect is for recovery and scouting. Knock Off is stab and utility, and Poison Jab is also stab and somewhat utility. As you can see, we do snag poisons with Poison Jab. It's a 30% chance. It's the same as Scald, so I'd never feel bad about it. To cover Accordion's one and only weakness, we have Liberty, which has the levitate ability to be immune to that ground. Psychic, Flash Cannon, Stealth Rock, and Shadow Ball. I wanted to make this an Assault Vest, an Assault Vest Bronzong, but I needed Stealth Rock on the team. And as you can see from the team, we also don't have a Rapid Spinner, but rocks don't do much to us. Like, having rocks on my side of the field doesn't bother me that much, unless I've already been whittled down quite a bit, in which case I would send in Bug Type the Flygon and, you know, defog the rocks away. Having rocks on my opponent's side of the field is important, but it's not, you know, absolutely necessary. It's just helpful. Psychic, Flash Cannon, Stealth Rock, Shadow Ball. We counter Amoonguss extremely well. That is why we have the safety goggles, is for Amoonguss, so that we have a safe Amoonguss switch and we are immune to Shadow Ball, we resist Giga Drain. Amoonguss may have Hidden Power Fire, but Psychic is super effective in Stab, so it'll do more than Hidden Power Fire. It also has more base power, and Amoonguss doesn't hit that hard, so. That is Liberty the Bronzong. Now, the reason I say, like, 2.5-part core is because originally there's a different Pokemon on here that rounded out the core. Originally, I had Druddigon, who you saw from Lucky's Looking Glass. Originally, I had Druddigon on here because between the 3 of them, there are 0 unchecked weaknesses. Everything is covered. You can actually say it's a 4-part core and add Samus to it. Samus is, of course, our Clawitzer. However, Druddigon was not doing anything. It was too slow, and it was getting, it was just getting destroyed by stuff. It wasn't doing anything. So I got rid of it and put Flygon on the team, and Flygon, as you saw, puts in the absolute finest of work. Flygon has been working out extremely well. Are you adamant, or you're adamant? I don't even know why you're adamant. You should be jolly. Well, adamant was working, so I'm going to keep it as adamant. But anyway, we have Samus, Water Pulse, Ice Beam, Dark Pulse, and Aura Sphere. It is choice specs. I have 2 Pokemon on this team whose job is to revenge kill. and that is Samus, which is why it is modest with choice specs, and Water Pulse, Dark Pulse, Aura Sphere, and then Ice Beam is there for coverage to hit stuff like Flygon. And then Ganonpork. Ganonpork is also there for coverage. I'm going to reorder the team to, you know, kind of cover everything the way that it's supposed to be. Okay, so Samus and Ganonpork. Before I go for that, I decided with Life Orb rather than Choice Scarf because I don't need U-Turn on the team. It wasn't really doing anything for me because I have plenty of safe switch-ins. I have no colossal weaknesses. And as you saw, that Rotom Frost... Or sorry, as you did not see, at one point there was a Rotom Frost, which was... I faced a Hail team, and this team is not a fan of a Hail team if I lose Ganonpork. If I lose Ganonpork, I have a problem with a Hail team. However, Hail teams are very, very, very uncommon because it's, you know, it's Hail. It's not that great. But this is Earthquake, Defog, Outrage, and Roost. Roost is because Flygon has decent natural bulk to it, and I actually do want to make you Jolly so that I can outspeed things and get the Roost off more easily. But anyway, then we have Samus, which I already went over, and Ganonpork. Ganonpork is our other nuclear reactor, or nuclear missile, whatever you want to call it. Choice Banded, Reckless, Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, Head Smash, and then Superpower is there for coverage. And Stab. I don't really like Superpower because it doesn't... Because, you know... It doesn't even have recoil. That's the thing that bothers me. The issue is that there are no other fighting type moves that really work for him. I would also have liked to have had Sucker Punch on him, but it wasn't really an issue. I would have put Brick Break on here, but, you know, still, nothing wants to switch in onto either of these guys, really. And I'm running Max Bulk so that we can, you know, attack more and more and more. This is like my version of a Choice Banded Victini because OU is my least favorite tier by such a colossal margin. I hate OU with a passion. I really don't like playing an OU because of the fact that it's pretty much everything, and if you get too creative, then you just get destroyed, and I like being creative. That's why I like to stick to the lower 50%. I like RU and NU. Those are my two favorite tiers. UU, I'm kind of iffy about, but anyway, back to this. Wild Charge is our only electric coverage, so I'm keeping Ganonpork alive is actually really important. The thing is, I have to catch things on a switch. The only other alternative that I have is Sniff Sniff, our Aromatisse, which is supposed to be shiny. Speaking of Sniff Sniff, my allergies are going out of control. Sniff Sniff, our Aromatisse, has Aroma Veil so that we do not get taunted. And the unfortunate thing about Aromatisse is that it does not outspeed Amoonguss. It also can't touch Amoonguss, really. So, you know, that's a separate issue, but Calm Mind, Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Substitute. The inspiration for this set, and originally I did not have Substitute on here. Originally, what did I have on here? I know it wasn't Aromatherapy because I just wasn't really that concerned about it. Oh, I think it was one of these two. Or maybe it was Thunderbolt. Maybe it was... I don't remember what it was. I honestly do not remember what it was. It may have been Hidden Power Fire. Or Hidden Power... What was it? Maybe it was Thunderbolt? That wouldn't make sense. I think it was Psyshock. I think originally I had Psyshock on here. The reason being is that, like I said, we get walled by Amoonguss, and we get walled by fire types. However, as you also saw in that battle, we can still handle fire types pretty well because Calm Mind, when we get to set up, we put in the absolute finest of work. That's the other reason why Liberty doesn't have leftovers. Originally it had leftovers, but I don't like doubling up on items. That's just me personally. But I went with max defense, max HP, and the Calm Mind set. I don't know if this is a standard set or not. It was inspired by Mega Mogwai's Reuniclus, which was Recover, Calm Mind, Focus Blast, and Psyshock. But of course, he was using that in the OU tier because that's his tier of choice. So I took that idea and I sort of adapted it to a lower tier Pokemon that I like, that I think worked really well. Magic Guard would be perfect for this, but, you know, Aroma Veil is what we're going to stick with. This does not work for me. It only works for allies. It's not me. The other thing about this is that, you know, I wish Aroma Veil worked with flinches as well, but that's Inner Focus. But that's kind of how this team works. As you can see, we have a lot of potential opening mons. Flygon makes a good opening, just because it can scare a lot of stuff out. Sniff can make a good opening because it's really, really bulky. My favorite opening is, of course, Liberty, to get up my Stealth Rocks as quickly as possible. But Accordion also makes a good opening mon. The only Pokemon that I don't like opening with are our two tanks in Samus and Ganonpork. As you can see, this team is pretty bulky, but it's also very offensive, and it's very, you know, you saw in the videos, it has really good synergy because we have a lot of different covers on a lot of different things. But that's kind of the gist of this team. It was all built around these two guys right here, and I'm sad that Druddigon couldn't make it onto the team, but Druddigon was not doing what I needed it to do, so there's kind of no point in keeping it on there. But I want to thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. It's very much greatly appreciated. And thank you once again for joining me here at the dojo. I love you guys, but I gotta get the heck up out of here. Best luck out there. I will see you all soon. Goodbye.